You know, this Path of Exile 2 hype is completely and totally out of control.
This really didn't feel good to play. There's a lot of things that make this very unfun.
Path of Exile 2, it's really, really good.
There's a huge problem with Path of Exile 2 right now, and it's not with the game.
Oh my god, this game is fun. I'm having such a good time with this. This is a game that I've been excited for a very long time. I'm a big fan of PoE 1, having just under 1,000 hours in it. When I heard about PoE 2 and all the things that they were doing differently, I got very excited. Very excited. That's because all the stuff that they kind of were doing catered a lot in the directions that I personally like from RPGs. And I was pretty excited for it. They did things like make the game slower, make the game more difficult. Oh god! I was mid-dodge, bro! Make loot more meaningful. That was the plan. I mean, dude, I will say this, finding chests and stuff feel completely different in this game, and I am here for it. I want more rares. Yeah, I will say, we haven't even seen a rare yet. Maybe a few more rares would be okay. And also streamlined a lot of the systems to make them better for new players. Arclight.
If you press G and then next to each skill, there's the
Stop them
DPS
in their
number.
tracks!
Hitting the small triangle arrow will expand the window, and you can individually tell each skill if you want to stand still or not.
Huh. Cool. Yeah, I like it. Thanks. All sorts of things that I was really looking forward to. Now that I've played the game for about 7 hours, I can safely say that all of that stuff is pretty much exactly what I was expecting. This game is a lot slower. It's a lot more difficult. It feels more like a traditional RPG. And I do need to preface, this is only at the beginning. I've played 2 characters now, each for like one for a couple hours and one for about 5 hours. Real talk. I did say I was going to continue playing from there, but put it bluntly, I wasn't super feeling Merc. I may go back and play it, but I want to see if there's something that I can find is like a little bit more my speed. So we're gonna try this one and see if see how it feels. See how it feels. If I play this and it doesn't feel like I'm looking for, then maybe we'll go back to the yeah. It's basically like if RPGs are ice cream. I've always enjoyed the flavor of PoE, but it's always been a little fast for me. A little too much loot, didn't really focus on the story too much, but it was always a fun game, and obviously I enjoyed the hell out of it with just under 1,000 hours in it. But PoE 2 is much more of a step towards games that I personally enjoy more. This game feels more like a single player ARPG that I'm used to, like The Ascent or something, where the world is so beautiful and the narrative is so solid that like I'm having a good time playing this like a more standard RPG. Like there's a game I really enjoyed recently called No Rest for the Wicked. Feels more like that than PoE 1. Frantic, fast as you can, get as much loot as you can kind of thing. Loot is much rarer, which means it is much more important when you find it.
Nice.
The dreamer provides.
Which means for people like me that love to fully explore maps, I feel like we're at a big advantage in this game because there's like some really cool optional stuff that gives some really good loot all around the map. What's this? What? Okay. And if you miss that early, especially if you're playing hardcore, that can be really, really unfortunate. Like the loot is a big deal in this game, a very big deal. It makes upgrades very meaningful and tangible. Boop. Nice. There we go. And it also, in my opinion, like makes the dopamine hits a little more meaningful. Instead of getting a bunch of little ones, you kind of get more big ones that are less and fewer and further between. But yeah, I have to say that like I completely see how huge fans of PoE 1 are going to have a harder time getting into this game, because this game does not feel like PoE 1. It has all the systems and it has lots of the mechanics, but man, the playing of it is just, it feels like a different perspective on the same game. And I have to say that that perspective is one that so far I'm kind of preferring. Is the early access worth it? Yeah, $30 for Path of Exile. If you like Path of Exile, I mean, I have 900 hours in the base game. Like for 30 bucks, that's a no-brainer. When you get the game, when you pay 30 for it, they give you in-game currency for that $30. So you can then buy stash tabs and stuff like that. So this is the currency you get up here if you buy the $30 pack. And the only thing that will affect your gameplay essentially is the stuff in here called stash tabs. And you can see like how much they cost here. I think you get what? How much currency do you get? 300 gold? What is it actually called? Points. Cool. Okay, nice and easy. So you get 300 points for paying the $30 to get into early access. And as a reminder, you can't just wait and play the game for free. But with those points, you can then buy these tabs. And I mean, realistically, the only ones I'd say you like need are like the currency tab. The gem tab is probably gonna be pretty important. Flask is probably gonna be pretty important. Like you can get almost all the tabs you want with that 30 bucks. You may want to go a little more with it if you want to like do a big collection of uniques. You know, some people love that. But like I say about PoE, a good way to think about it is even though Path of Exile is free to play, and it is, and this one will be, a good way to think about it, and what I tell people is expect to spend at least $20 to $30 on stash tabs. If you are going to play this game, PoE 2 or 1, for any meaningful amount of time, you are going to want to spend $20 to $30. You don't have to, and there's some people that don't, and more power to them. But at $20 to $30, you're gonna get pretty much all the stash tabs you need. And if you enjoy this game, you will get more value out of that $20 to $30 than almost any other game you pay money for. And I mean that. If you buy into the PoE loot and you like what PoE is, you will get more out of that money than almost any other money you spend on any other game. I'll say it. So yeah, that's been my personal my personal experience with it. Yep. That's where we are with PoE 2. Music is phenomenal. Whoever made that music knew exactly what they were doing. Voice acting has been phenomenal. Dialogue has been awesome.
The Count's name will not be remembered in our songs. Ah, good riddance.
The clan leaders are all dead, but we'll be just fine, hero.
The new systems and mechanics are far more streamlined, and I'm really enjoying them. There's been some bugs here and there has been a crash, but it is early access. And I've tried Merc so far. Was a little unimpressed with Merc, particularly the reloading system kind of really chunks the gameplay a bit more than I like. Merc was fun, but it had some real baked-in delays to all their attacks that I wasn't really feeling. This class doesn't have those baked-in delays, so it feels a lot better. And I switched to Monk, and I'm really enjoying Monk. Much more fluid, very quick, and it's very quick in the context of the slower gameplay, and very enjoyable. So I will most likely continue trying classes, continue leveling, and I'm gonna go get back to my run now. So anyway, hope this little video gives you some insight on whatever you need it for. And I hope to see you in the channel as we play more PoE 2 and more games in the future. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye-bye.